He's just keeping us waiting and keeping the crowd waiting this evening. This is the calm before the storm, because Carl Frampton is coming to the ring very, very shortly. Let's try and grab a quick word with a man who knows all about fighting on the big occasion. He's with Thomas.
Paul McCluskey, what goes through a fighter's head at times like this?
Well, at this amount of time, they don't hear this crowd here. They're just focused on what they have to do. Tunnel vision, so he's very tuned in now. Obviously, the noise is here and it's for him, but he's just tunnel vision and he's just focused on the job. Speaking to you before the fight, you feel Kiko Martinez has to stop Carl Frampton. He won't go the distance. No, I think if it comes to boxing, Carl's the winner because he's a better boxer. Kiko's only chance to be stopping him. But plus, Carl has the power to stop him, as we know, since the last fight. But I can't see Kiko beating Carl. You've had huge support for some big fights. Is there no pressure in that situation? Because the fact is, Carl Frampton is a headline act. All his friends are here, all his family are here. Most of the people are here to see Carl Frampton. Does that pressure affect the boxer? Well, I think he's obviously had a camp beforehand, so he's just focused on the job. This year, you kind of have to just go tunnel vision and blank it all out. It's not easy, but you got to do it, because this can get you sometimes, you know. So as long as, and I know with the team around him, they'll have his feet in the ground and he'll be okay. Give us a prediction, give us a round. Carl, I think probably round 8. Thank you, Paul.
Neil, do you think Carl Frampton will stop Kiko Martinez this evening?
Well, I actually think round 8 myself, and I agree with Paul. Just as long as he sticks to his boxing early on, doesn't get caught up in anything, and doesn't try and fight for the crowd. That's also a mistake the fighters make. You know, the crowd, they hear the crowd and they want to impress. He'll impress just by being himself, just by relaxing and getting behind his jab and doing what he does best. You know, he's a box fighter, you know.
But do you expect Carl to try and stay away a little bit from Martinez in these opening rounds, or do you expect him, as Michael Conlon was saying, that he will actually be a little bit more aggressive this evening?
He could. He could surprise everyone and just come out. I think he'll want to stamp his authority. Obviously, he knows he's the challenger. He's got to take the title off the champion, and you don't do that by backpedaling for 12 rounds. He's got to go and take it from him at some point.
This is a very, very special atmosphere this evening, isn't it? And it's a very special event for Northern Ireland.
I mean, there's never been a boxing show outside, ever in Northern Ireland. If I had my way, I'd fight outside all the time. I loved it.
And that's the roar as the jackal Carl Frampton comes into the ring, along with his trainer Shane McGuigan, the son of the great Barry McGuigan, former world champion, who himself, of course, knows all about winning world titles outside his famous fight at Loftus Road all those years ago, Nick.
Absolutely. I think that was in Barry's mind when he wanted to stage this outside. He knows that it's a good omen. You know, Barry had Loftus Road in 1985, and I will have Carl 2014 in Belfast.
Neil, thank you very much indeed. The build-up is over. The hype is finished. Kiko Martinez will be in the ring very shortly. This is going to be a night of boxing drama, no doubt. Live on BBC Radio Ulster and wherever you're listening around the world on BBC Online. Let's join one man who knows all about winning world titles and another who's commentated on dozens of them, Dave McAuley and Jim Neely.
Carl Frampton in the very rare position, coming in first because he is the challenger. Just about every other contest in which he's competed, and remember, this is only his 19th contest, and here he is fighting for a world title. His mentor Barry McGuigan had to wait until his 28th before he challenged for a world title. But into the ring is coming the reigning champion, the IBF Super Bantamweight champion of the world, La Sensación from Alicante in Spain, and he's the 28-year-old Kiko Martinez. One wonders what is going through his mind, the knowledge that last time he was here in Belfast, he was stopped in 9 rounds. That has not deterred him one little bit. He won the vacant WBC Latino Super Bantamweight title in April of last year. Followed that within 6 months by becoming the IBF Super Bantamweight champion. Won that title in Atlantic City, defended in Spain, and defended again also in April of this year in Osaka in Japan. He has improved an awful lot, but then so has Carl Frampton. But there's not going to be much between them, Dave McAuley, is there?
No, it's like our front room. There's nothing in it. But I fancy Carl Frampton, and it's wrong maybe to do these things, but make predictions. But I think Carl Frampton has his measure. They fought him the first time, and they beat him comprehensively. He knocked them out, you know, and it was a tough fight. But Carl just has the measure of, and I just think tonight will be the same result. It could be even earlier, but it's going to be a tough, hard fight for him. But I think he'll come through and win.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen,
Craig Stevens, the MC, will be doing all the introductions, and we just listen to what he has to say.
In association with the Marvel Box, Samson Boxing and Gary Shaw Productions, and very, very kindly supported by the Northern Ireland Executive, the Northern Ireland Sport, Tourism Ireland and Belfast City Council. Sponsored by CWNFX is very proud to bring you 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship of the World.
Championship of the World back in Belfast. What a prospect.
Officials appointed by the IBF and the British Boxing Board of Control. Supervisor for the IBF from Trenton, New Jersey, USA, Mr. Lindsay Tucker. And from the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. John Williamson and Mr. John Campbell. Our three scoring judges at ringside, from Wisconsin, USA, Mike Fitzgerald. From Twickenham, England, Marcus McDonald. And from St. Paul, Minnesota, Danny Nelson. The timekeeper from Hillsborough, County Down, Dale Elliott. The referee in charge from Fleetwood, England, Mr. Steve Gray. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance here at ringside, and for those watching on Box Nation and around the world, the officials are ready. The boxers are ready. Are you ready for the main event? In the blue corner stands the challenger with head coach Shane McGuigan. Winning white shirts with gold on the scales, 8 stone, 9 pounds, 7 ounces. A perfect professional record of 18 wins from 18 contests, 13 inside the distance. From the undefeated captain, IBF Intercontinental Commonwealth and European champion from Belfast, Northern Ireland, the Jackal Frampton. And in the red corner stands the champion, with head coach Gabby Sarmiento. Wearing black shirts with red, weighing in at 8 stone 9 pounds 2 ounces, bringing to the ring a 35 fight record, 31 wins, 23 inside the distance, with 4 defeats. The former European Super Bantamweight champion, the reigning, defending IBF Super Bantamweight champion of the world, from Alicante, España, la sensación, Kiko Martinez. Referee in charge, Mr. Steve Gray.
Well, the introduction's a little bit long-winded, but greeted with sensational cacophony here in this amazing venue. And the roof just about comes off. Not that there is a roof, but had there been a roof, the roof would have been off already. Final instructions from referee Steve Gray. They touch gloves. In fact, they just touched midriffs. Martinez a little bit reluctant to swap leather at this stage. Final hug from McGuigan, father and son. Shane McGuigan leaves the ring. Jimmy Tibbs is already in the corner, and not a bad man to have in the corner. Barry McGuigan looking somber in the dark suit. gets out of the ring in the blue corner. So Frampton coming out of the blue corner on our left. Martinez, the champion, out of the red corner on our right. And Frampton dominating the middle of the ring at this stage. Martinez a little bit shorter, but with a longer reach, just ducks down from the waist. Martinez wearing black and red shorts, and Carl Frampton all in white. It's the white knight against the black knight, call that what you will. Frampton standing taller of the two. Again, Martinez ducks down. Frampton will well remember his last contest here when he stopped Hugo Fidel Cazares in just 2 rounds with the sweetest left hook he'll probably ever deliver. He'll be hoping for something similar here tonight, but it's a cagey contest. Nice little right hand from the man in black, Kiko Martinez, 28 years of age, the reigning champion. And a reminder of the judge at ringside, in case you missed the introductions: Denny Nelson from Minnesota, the USA, another American from Wisconsin, Mike Fitzgerald, and Twickenham's ace referee, Marcus McDonald. Steve Gray, the big fellow in the middle, doing the refereeing. A minute gone in this contest, scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds. Wild swing by Martinez. Frampton just lets it glide away, comes in very quickly, lands not a bad little right, missed with the second one. Martinez again coming forward, trying to use that little bit of extra reach of it, just a couple of inches. Good right hand once again from Frampton, just taking his time. Would like to box this very much at his pace. Frampton moves away toward the neutral corner, covers up nicely, looking in absolutely fantastic condition. Not a spare ounce on him whatsoever, no problem making the weight. He gets himself boiled down to this weight. Martinez comes in, lands a couple of little gentle shots into the ribs. Frampton just ignores it completely, looking pale and taut. Good left hook comes round the corner from the champion Martinez. Frampton tries to out-jab him. Frampton still dominating the middle of the ring. That's good work with the left hand of Frampton. Hasn't really thrown anything with wicked intent so far. Martinez covers up, comes forward, then ducks down. Frampton wild swing with the right hand. Martinez digs in with a left to the Belfast boxer's body, the man from Tigers Bay, and Frampton just moves away, moves over to his opponent's corner, the red corner. All a little bit slow, a little bit methodical, a little bit laboured, if anything, at the moment. And Frampton just having a good look at his man. This is going to be a much more tactical battle than the first one in February of last year, when Martinez was stopped by Frampton in the 9th. 30 seconds to go to the end of the first. We have thoughts from Dave McAuley coming up in less than half a minute. Martinez comes forward, not much between them in this round. Martinez goes with a little left hand into the middle. Frampton comes back and gets him with a longish right hand and then a short little right hand, just to emphasize his slight superiority in this round. Nothing between them, remember, but those two little shots right at the end. Clever little judge pleasers right at the end, and a good right hand from Frampton yet again, and another left into the face of the champion from Spain. Last few seconds, and Frampton just put enough into that last 30 seconds to maybe just win that first round, but not by very much. Dave McAuley.
Yeah, it's Frampton's doing exactly what I'm sure he was told in the dressing room. Keep this guy at a distance, don't get involved in a brawl, and he's doing exactly what it says on the tin. He's staying away, he's not getting too involved. That round, in my eyes, was pretty close. There wasn't much in it. It's hard to decide what way you would want to go. You could have swayed slightly with Frampton, but I would put it down in my thoughts as a draw. But Frampton's doing exactly what he should be doing, keeping it at long range, keeping the jab going out, and he's not getting involved in any close encounters, because this young guy, or this guy Martinez, he can punch, he can bang. Now Frampton can punch, but you don't want to take the chance who can land the big bomb first. So what you do is you do the smart thing and you stay away and you keep him at the end of your jab.
Well, Carl Frampton's daughter Carla is fast asleep on, I think, grandparents' lap, not too far away from us at ringside. First round pretty close. I just gave it to Frampton because it was better work in the last few seconds. Second round of this scheduled 12-rounder here in this amazing outdoor arena, right in the heart of the Titanic water here in Belfast, Northern Ireland's capital city. Martinez comes forward, shorter, squatter, just round-shouldered, looking for Frampton to come inside and then try to pick him off. Frampton, a couple of nice little jabs with the left hand, then he moves away to his right. Another good right hand from Frampton, just clipped his man. Nothing really wicked in that one either, but just keeping his man pretty honest. Martinez trying to explore, trying to find a little gap in that Frampton defense, which has been pretty sound all the way through his short but successful career. Martinez misses with a right, and Frampton tags him with a right of his own, and then they hang on a little bit, and Martinez is just holding. This enormously tall referee, Steve Bray, has a wee look at him and says, don't do that. They come together yet again in the middle of the ring. Frampton trying to dominate. Martinez went into the body of the challenger with a decent left, but wasn't really much behind it. Frampton comes forward again. Nice stiff jab by Frampton, boxing very nicely indeed. Just taking his time on the flats of his feet. Martinez also not really doing any dancing. Better little combination by Frampton. Some of it blocked in the gloves of the champion from Spain. Frampton moves away around to his left-hand side, trying to draw his man onto that left, or right hand, I should say. Good little exchange there, and Frampton forced onto the back foot. Martinez comes forward. First bit of aggression we've seen really from the champion. Frampton just moving away to his left-hand side. Good footwork by Frampton. Got himself off the ropes. Swings wildly with left and right, and Martinez digs in to the ribs of the challenger. Good work inside by the Spaniard. Better run so far by him into the second half of it. Now things starting to live up. They've had a good look at each other, and they're picking up the pace now, and Martinez traps the head of Frampton underneath his left arm. Frampton again in the middle of the ring. Snakes out a good, solid-looking left jab and tries to move away and encourage his man to come forward. Frampton just dropped the hand a little bit, hoping Martinez will fall into that trap. Martinez too wily for that. Barry McGuigan in the background just barking instructions. Shane McGuigan, of course, his son, the real trainer. But McGuigan has been there and has done it all. As has Diaz, the man beside me, David McAuley. More from him. Again, another little flurry from Frampton. That little clock that's inside all boxers' brains tells him we're only about half a minute to go. Is he going to pick up the pace yet again? Good right hand from the champion to the head of Frampton. Martinez misses and ducks, and Frampton tips him round the back of the head. A wee bit illegal. Good little left hook from Frampton. Martinez coming forward. He's leaving himself wide open to an uppercut, I have to say. And Frampton pushes him back onto the ropes just away to our right, near the champion's corner. Steve Gray breaks them up. 15 seconds to go. Frampton just standing his ground, hoping his man will come forward. Little right hand from Frampton just slipped onto the chin of the champion. Frampton puts the gloves up high again, wearing white gloves to match his white shorts. Martinez with black gloves to match his black shorts. Great symbolism there. Another pretty even round, David.
Yeah, well, I gave that one there to Frampton just slightly because Frampton had more success here. But what he's doing is he's getting involved in an infight here, and he doesn't want to do that. The shorter guy, the smaller guy, normally always comes off best, but this time Frampton came out slightly on top. But he does not want to get involved in an infighting and in a brawl, because this guy Martinez, he's very, 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 very dangerous. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to lull Frampton forward and then nail him with a big right hand, because he's throwing this right hand here and it's coming from the back of the hole, and we're lucky that it's been telegraphed because everybody can see it. Frampton has it well under control, but this guy is dangerous, but he should keep him at an arm's length, because it's imperative that he does that, because if he gets in too close, there's a good chance that he can get tagged.
2 rounds gone, both of them, I reckon, very narrowly, I have to say, to Carl Frampton, the challenger. And are we going to say Carl Frampton, the champion, in less than an hour's time? Fingers crossed that indeed is the case. First round was quiet. Second, the pace was picked up a bit. Frampton in the middle of the ring with his back to us, his name Carl tattooed just halfway down his back, as if we didn't know exactly who he was. Martinez swings to the left, tries to come in with the right. Frampton just saw that coming a long way off and eased away from it. Frampton puts out a left hand rather tentatively, and Martinez not being fooled into coming forward. Good right hand from Frampton and a good left to follow up. Good solid shots by the challenger. Martinez takes them and comes back, and again he's using that left hand into the ribs, and it was not even in the ribs, it was way below the waistline. Steve Gray just indicates to the champion he's got to keep the punches up. He's trying to close Frampton down. Frampton covers up and gets caught with a good right hand to the chin, but came back with a left to the body of his own. Frampton livening up a little bit. Good work inside by Frampton. Martinez on the blind side of the referee holding on. Frampton doing likewise. Steve Gray says to Frampton, stop holding your man. Here comes Martinez again. Frampton doing well on the back foot. Has to keep the hands up, however. They dropped a little bit on the low side. Now Martinez in the center of the ring. Good stiff jab into the face of the challenger. Frampton just didn't even grin or didn't even show any signs of emotion. Drops his hands a little bit again, tantalizing, encouraging his man to come forward. Good right hand from Frampton yet again. That's been a pretty potent punch so far for him. We haven't really seen that left that brought his last opponent to the canvas and ended the contest last time out. Good flipping right hand round the corner by Frampton. His best punch of the contest. And he wobbled Martinez a little bit. He's steadied himself now, the champion. But he knows that Frampton is now starting to pick him off a little bit. This is another good round for Carl Frampton. And there's a wider gap in this one than probably the previous two. Frampton looking purposeful, wide-shouldered. No sign of a grin at all. He really looks intent on this. He knows what lies ahead if he wins this world title. And he's got his man again with a nice little 1-2 combination. Less than a minute to go to the end of the third round. This is scheduled for 12, remember. Frampton just moves away towards the neutral corner on our left-hand side as we look at it from ringside here in this wonderful outdoor arena. 16,000 people. Good right hand from the champion. Little left was a bit low by Martinez. Good shot once again by Martinez. Frampton moves away. He's got to keep his left hand up, remember. Martinez will be looking for that right hand over the top. Frampton moves backward to the ring, or to the side of the ring, and then comes back in again. Martinez coming forward. Frampton hasn't quite put in the last little race that he did in the opening couple of rounds, but he hasn't needed to. It's been another good round for Frampton. His punches have been the more accurate. He's landed with more shots. Last few seconds, Frampton just on the back foot, encouraging his man yet again to try to fall into some kind of a trap. Martinez is not going to do it. He too is hoping that his man will come forward, and Frampton very casually just meanders back to his corner and sits down, and Shane McGuigan will have a word with him, and we'll have a word from Dave McAuley.
Frampton did a really good job that round here. He did exactly what he's been told to do, I would presume. He kept it long distance, he boxed, you know, he didn't get involved in the brawl, he picked them off. There wasn't a big lot in that round, but Frampton marginally took it again, but he's doing exactly what he should do, keeping this guy at a distance, jabbing that left hand out and firing in that very potent left or right hand. And if he keeps doing this, they're going to be sticking his hand up in 12 rounds or even sooner. But what he did in that round was exactly what he has to do, and he has to keep doing it for the next 8 or 9 rounds.
Well, I've got Frampton ahead on after 3 rounds so far. Frampton looking so gladiatorial, hands down round his waistline, but he comes forward, and Martinez tries to grapple him and tries to rough him up a little bit. And Frampton just has to stick to his boxing, keep his man away with that left hand. Martinez comes again. He's quite fond of using that left jab into the midriff, hoping that Frampton will be fooled into it and get himself caught with a right, but that's not going to happen, I don't think, and I certainly hope it doesn't happen. Again, Barry McGuigan just barking out instructions. Martinez trying to up the pace a little bit. Frampton has dictated the pace of this contest and would like to do so all the way through. Jake McGuigan not too far from his dad, clapping his hands there. So Frampton comes forward, good little right hand round the corner, just slipped past the left glove of the champion. Martinez flicks out a couple of lefts and then a right and misses, and Frampton gets him again with a right and then another good left jab. Frampton doing well on the retreat. Martinez in the center of the ring. Frampton just encouraging him to come forward yet again. Frampton missed with a left hand. Martinez just slipped away from good right hand from Frampton. Nice little shot right on the chops. Left hand from Martinez caught Frampton's the side of Frampton's head, the right hand side. Martinez just rotating the gloves a little bit again, hoping Frampton will come into him. Frampton is boxing a very clever contest and ups the pace a little bit and gets him with another good right hand. The scoring shots in the main coming from the challenger from Belfast. Will he change the word challenger into champion? We certainly hope so. Frampton again midway through the round, upping the pace just a little bit. Again, Martinez is coming forward, which a lot of people, certain judges, like to see. But when he comes forward, Frampton is getting to him. Left hand into the body from Martinez. Breeze starting to pick up a little bit. I'm sure they're not feeling the breeze here despite the lowish temperatures. It really is very cold. We've gone past 11 o'clock on a Saturday night here in Belfast. And Carl Frampton, the boy from Tigers Bay, doing exceptionally well, boxing well within himself, just reaching and forcing his man to think about it. Martinez not tempted to step inside. Frampton again, a couple of little left jabs, 2 or 3 inches short. Got that left hand held very low indeed. Round the corner, slapping left from Frampton as he moves away from Martinez, who's trying to just put the foot on the gas a little bit. He's got to take this contest to Frampton. There's not much between the pair of them in this round either. Frampton just moves away, thought about the left jab, throws it out, brings the hand back down. thinking about the right hand perhaps. Another couple of little left jabs just to keep his man honest, as we've said before. Martinez coming forward. Last 30 seconds of round number 4. Martinez on the back foot this time. Ducks down, covers up the shorter man, but interestingly with the slightly longer reach. Frampton now, 15 seconds to go to the end of this round. Martinez comes forward. Good left hand over from Martinez. Not caused a lot of damage. Don't know whether the judges will appreciate that or not. And Frampton tried to fool his man into a little change of tactic. Almost went to southpaw. Big Steve Gray, the referee, says to Carl Frampton, just watch your head. And the end of the round. And I would think that was pretty even, that one, Dave.
That round was pretty much an even round there, but Martinez is he's holding back. Martinez, he's coming forward, but he's not throwing much. And Carl Frampton's dancing around, throwing the jabs out, keeping his man thinking is what you have to do. You can score points with doing very little, and that's what Frampton's doing at the minute. He's dancing around, staying out of trouble, keeping that left jab out. Martinez is coming forward all the time, but he's throwing very few punches. But in that round there was very little in that round, so I gave that one an even score, because not a big lot happened.
Couldn't disagree with that. The winner of this would love a contest with the great Cuban Guillermo Rigondo, the double Olympic champion, who's the WBA and the WBO champion, or Leo Santa Cruz, the Mexican based in Rosemead in California, who's the WBC champion. But the contest here tonight is still to be decided. We have Carl Frampton leading, but not by very much. Maybe 3 rounds and 1 even, or maybe 2 rounds to Frampton, 1 to Martinez, and 1 even, or maybe 2 and 2. Be interesting to see how the judges at ringside go with this one. So round number 5 of this scheduled 12-rounder here in the middle of Belfast. Frampton just misses with a decent-looking right hand. Martinez coming forward. Frampton got the right hand right through the guard of the champion, but Martinez has done well with the left hand into the body, albeit a little bit on the low side occasionally. Frampton catches him with a good, there's a slip by Frampton. He's down and he swings a punch at Frampton, and the referee Steve Gray indicates to the judges that that was not a knockdown, and he's going to have a word with Martinez about hitting the man when he's on the canvas. That was very, very naughty, and the crowd in Belfast, as you might expect, don't like it at all. The referee's having a word with Frampton. I wonder what for, briefly, Dave McAuley.
What's that?
Why was the referee speaking to Frampton?
I don't know, just maybe to see if he was okay, or you know, because he tried to hit him when he was down, but he didn't actually punch him. But it was the gesture on its own. That's why the referee had words with Martinez, and he went to ask Frampton, is he okay, just in case the punch did land, and he didn't see it.
Well, this will add a little bit of extra spice to this contest, as if it needed it. Martinez in the middle of the ring, back to us. Black trunks. Frampton, white trunks, white gloves, moving away from us. Martinez ties them up. This gets a little messy. Referee's going to bring them together and tell them both to watch their heads. Very dangerous. And of course, we saw what damage unprotected heads could cause, particularly in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow within the last month or so. But that was the first time we've probably seen amateur boxers without headgear. These fellas, the pros, have been doing it forever, since the noble art of self-defense began. Martinez landed with a good shot. Frampton maybe a little bit flustered by that, the fact that he was down in the canvas, even though it was a slip, and the referee said to the judges that was a slip. It wasn't a punch. Coming up to the end of the 2nd minute of this round, good stiff left jab into the face of Frampton by Martinez, who's coming forward, still very much in this contest. Had to work so hard to come back from his defeat by Frampton, and he's won his last 4 in a row, all of them inside the distance, including winning and twice defending this world title. Frampton missing with a right hand slip round the back of the head of the champion. 45 seconds to go. Again, Martinez cutting off the exit route for Frampton, who's almost forced back into his own corner. I don't think Martinez has landed anything terribly serious so far, but he's pressurizing Frampton all the way, and Frampton, I think, was a little bit flustered by that false knockdown. Right hand from Frampton nearly caught his man. Martinez hands up. Frampton just dropping the left shoulder once again. A little uppercut tried and missing. Gets him more right hand. Down he goes. That was a knockdown. Good shot by Frampton. 16 seconds to go in the round, and Martinez is very badly cut. His left eye is oozing blood. It's right on the outside, but the 16,000 people here have seen the blood. They've seen the champion on on the canvas, and they're now getting behind Frampton. There's not enough time for Frampton to repeat the dose. But what a good finish to the round. There wasn't much between them. I had Martinez winning that round, but that now should be a 10-8 round for Carl Frampton. What a great hand that was, and how much damage that has caused physically and psychologically, Dave McAuley will have to wait and see.
It was a cracking right hand, caught him bang on the money, and down he went. It was what you call like a flash knockdown. He was hurt, but only slightly hurt. It was just a beautiful, there it comes. Here it comes, bang! Right on the left eye, caught him on the cheekbone. A cracking punch. Beautiful stuff.
Well, Frampton just eased back. Martinez came in, and Frampton just did a little fake, and what a sweet little right hand. Traveled about 6 inches, got right over the left hand of the champion, and Martinez finds himself in the deck. He landed with a good left to the torso of Frampton, but Frampton repaid him in spades. What a cracking shot. 10-8 round. Frampton now in the driving seat. Last time they went 9 rounds. Frampton, I've never seen him look so focused. Out he comes. He has got that stony face on. And that's the face of a champion in my book. So Martinez cut on the canvas. And Frampton now inside. He will be struggling to just suppress his sense of pride and his sense of eagerness. Martinez now looking very wary. He knows he was worried about Frampton's left, but he got caught with the challenger's right hand. 30 seconds gone in this round number 6 to take us to the halfway point. Martinez still coming forward. Hands held high. Frampton gets him with a right uppercut. Good shot underneath the guard of the defending champion. Good little left hand from Martinez with his back to us, forcing Frampton into the challenger's blue corner. Frampton ducking down, not giving anything away. Frampton, like a very good card player, moves away to our right into the neutral corner, which bears the legend Cyclone Promotions. How pleased Barry McGuigan will be. He will be ecstatic if his man, who he's always said was destined for great things, pulls this one off here in front of his adoring fans in freezing Belfast. Martinez, middle of the ring, trying to think about maybe changing to southpaw. Frampton just picking him off yet again. Good left hand from Martinez as Frampton came in, and there's another good right hand from Frampton, targeting that eye. Corner done a good job. No sign of any blood coming from it. Midway point in this 6th round, the midway point in this contest. Right from Frampton, left from Frampton. Couple of little left jabs from Frampton. Ducks down, thinks about the uppercut, changed his mind, moves away to his left, coming round toward us yet again. Martinez offering very little at the moment. He's got a lot of heart and a lot of forward movement, but he's not really catching Frampton, and he has to land the punches. That's what this game is all about. Love it or loathe it. It never fails to fascinate. Frampton moves away once again, his back to his own corner. Shane McGuigan just leaning through the ropes, just muttering away to him. Barry not too far away either. Frampton just thinks about a little right hand, half going to southpaw, hoping to lure his man onto something. Martinez not being caught. Frampton gets him with a good left hand. Sweet little shot. Frampton picks him off right. He puts out the right hand, encouraging Martinez to step into that little spider's web that he's laid for him. And again, Frampton gets him with the right hand, and there was a wee wobble there. And Frampton's getting stronger, and Martinez is looking a little bit more vulnerable as this contest goes on. Good finish to the round. 30 seconds to go to the midway point in this scheduled 12-rounder here in Belfast. Good foot movement from Frampton. Moved to his left, and then moved away from his right, out of danger. Little clip round the chops by Martinez to the head of Frampton, but didn't really bother the boy from Belfast, who pokes his man away with a couple of good jabs. There's a good right hand. Martinez just about saw it coming, but he took it in the gloves, but it slid off and hit him fairly nicely in the jaw. Away comes Frampton, just moving a lot more quickly now. He's up on his toes at the moment. Little left and right combination by Frampton, and Frampton is looking very, very efficient.
Yep, what he did, he came out after putting Martinez down. He didn't get involved in a brawl. He didn't go in for the kill. What he did was exactly right. He moved, he boxed, he made himself very hard to hit. He did exactly what he should have done. A lot of fighters would have been in there at the start of that round and come out all guns blazing. But he knew that Martinez, because he was put down, he wants to sort of redeem himself. But Frampton did the right thing, come out and boxed around the ring, threw out the left jabs, didn't get involved in the brawl, and kept Martinez at long distance. He did exactly what it says on the tin.
Well, a little bit of anxiety in the champions' corner once again. I have to say they've done a pretty good job with that little cut. It was just right on the outside of the eyebrow. So we are going into the second half of what has been a fascinating contest, and you've got to give Carl Frampton so much credit because he has boxed very cleverly. He's contained himself very nicely, but when it mattered most, he struck and he put his man in the canvas in round number 5. We are now into round number 7. With his back to us, Carl Frampton just moving away to his left hand. Martinez coming forward, face a little bit red and a bit of swelling around that left eye of his where he got caught by Frampton just about a round and a half ago. Frampton wide-legged, snakes out a left hand once again, trying to pull his man forward. Martinez replies with a good left of his own, but nothing much in it at all, just a wee tap. And Frampton now looking ominously strong. Right hand by Frampton, and another good combination by Frampton. Lefts and rights going in. Martinez coming forward, took the shots well, but they were good shots, and Frampton tags him again with another good right hand. We haven't seen that powerhouse left of Frampton yet. Maybe he's just keeping that in abeyance. Martinez trying to push his man down. Frampton ducks down a little bit below waist level. Up he comes again. Just over a minute gone. Martinez coming forward. Frampton on the back foot, ducking down. Good right hand by Frampton. Didn't really land. A couple of little jabs by Frampton slid off the outside of the head of Martinez, the shaven-headed man from Alicante in Spain. Better shot there by the champion. Frampton just bounces off the ropes near his own corner and gets his man with a couple of good jabs. Every time Martinez comes back, Frampton responds. Martinez having a lot more success with a left hand to both body and head in this round. Steve Gray breaks them up, pats them on the forehead as if to say, watch the heads, please. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go to the end of the 7th. Frampton just moving round to his left hand held rather low, with the two of them in the center of the ring. Martinez saw the right hand of Frampton coming, moved out of the way. Frampton now with his back to us. There's that good right hand yet again, and a good stiff little left, and the knees just wobbled, and Frampton's nearly got him again with the right hand. Frampton knows how to put the pressure on and just come through with the combinations that will make all the differences to the 2 American and 1 English men who are judging this contest. Martinez puffs a little bit, drops his hand, sucks in some air. Is he towering? Well, we'll soon find out. Frampton, like his mentor Barry McGuigan, trains and trains and trains and trains. He could probably go 25 rounds. Martinez coming forward, trying to push Frampton into the neutral corner, just away to our right. Oh, good little clipping right hand by Frampton, right on the jaw, and another short right to the head of Martinez. All the meaningful punches coming from the challenger from Belfast, the boy from Tigers Bay, Carl Frampton. Just his 19th professional contest, still unbeaten, remember, and one of his victories 3 fights ago for Frampton and 5 fights ago for Martinez was here in Belfast against Martinez. Referee's giving them a little slap just to say stop holding inside. Last few seconds of this round, not much between them yet again, but Frampton, I think, has got another round in the bag. Dave McAuley.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. He's doing everything exactly right. He's not getting involved in a brawl. He's hitting and he's moving, and he's frustrating this Spaniard. You can see for the way that Martinez is digging in, and he's gritting his teeth, and you can just tell by his face that he's so frustrated because he can't get doing what he normally does, and that's through the bombs and for the bombs to land, because what Frampton's doing is he's moving, he's boxing, he's keeping him at long range. You know, he's not taking any chances, and he's just really frustrating this guy. And this guy, when that happens, you get mad, and if you get mad, you tire it a lot quicker, which is wrong, you know. So if Martinez wants to have a chance, he wants to relax here and come forward and start throwing twice as much as what he is doing if he wants to have a chance.
Well, we've had 7 rounds. We have 5 more to go. Some of them were very close, but there was one 10-8 round. The referee has sent Carl Frampton to a neutral corner because there's far too much grease around the eyes and down on the cheeks of Kiko Martinez. And the referee now sends him to the neutral corner, and he'll say box, claps his hands. So Steve Gray brings them together. Martinez will have to up the pace a little bit. He's got to offer an awful lot more than he's been doing. He is coming forward, ducking down, pushing out the left hand, but he walked into a good shot. There was a little glimpse of a left hook from Carl Frampton. Drops the hands a little bit, Frampton, but he's pretty confident in his own ability and his own ability to get out of trouble. Martinez comes forward and nearly got to him there. Frampton swings 1, 2, 3 punches, misses with the first 3, landed with the 4th. Frampton tries to dig into the body with the left-hand side, moving away to Martinez's corner. There's a little bit more purpose in the work of Martinez now. He really has to come forward. Swung the right hand, just slid off the side of Frampton's head. Frampton under a little bit of pressure on the far side of the ring directly opposite us. Gets himself out of trouble. Martinez comes forward, tries a chopping left hand to the head of the challenger. Don't hold to from referee Steve Gray to the champion Martinez. The man in black, the man from Spain. Black shorts, black gloves against the Archangel in white. Carl Frampton. Frampton in the middle of the ring with his back to us, just encouraging his man to come forward. Again, that left jab has been a sensational, worrying punch for Carl Frampton, because he's landed it on the face of Martinez pretty regularly. Frampton moves out of trouble, gets the hands up nicely, almost back into his own corner. Again, Martinez coming forward. He's got to pick up the pace. He's got to start landing on this target, and it's been a very elusive target. Again, Frampton just waves the left hand out, misses with an attempted left jab back into the middle of the ring, but Martinez is right in front of him, as he has been all the way through. Frampton has thrown the more meaningful punches, not too far away with a wicked-looking right hand. A bit of blood coming down the left-hand side of the face now of the champion, Kiko Martinez. At the back of his mind, he knows last time he was here, he lost to Frampton. And he's got one more round to get into the same sort of territory. 1 minute to go to the end of the 8th. And then we're into the 9th. Frampton looking very good indeed. Drops the hands. Wants his man to come forward. Little right hand from Martinez. Got a good shot in reply by the challenger, Carl Frampton. A lot of celebs at ringside. Mary Peters just behind us, sitting beside the Minister of Sport. He's such a big boxing fan. Likewise, Mary P, who I saw several days in a row at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, cheering on the Northern Ireland boys, and a lot of them are here tonight. So 25 seconds to go. Frampton just on the retreat. Martinez starting to ooze a little bit of the old claret down the left-hand side of his face. Frampton moves away. Back to us here in a position at ringside. Frampton looking very comfortable, and Martinez is simply not capable of getting to the challenger from Belfast. Frampton boxing, missing with both rights and lefts, but Martinez is not really doing very much. A couple of stabbing left hands from the champion, but they're not getting anywhere near to Frampton. And there's one right hand on the bell, gets through, but that won't count. And again, a close-ish round, but again, no bias intended. You'd have to give it to Carl Frampton.
Well, I gave that one a draw, because that's a round that Frampton, he moved, he didn't throw a big lot, and Martinez came forward 2 points. There's not a big lot in that round, but I just gave up there to Martinez, just slightly. But Carl Frampton's doing exactly what he should be doing. He's listening to what his corner's saying. He's frustrating this little man to no end, and you can see it, as I said in the previous. You can see the expression in his face that he's getting very annoyed because he can't get his punches going the way he wants to. You know, he's throwing plenty of lefts and rights, but he's falling short. You know, and there doesn't seem to be the same power as what there was the last time. But he's well behind, and he needs something short of a miracle to try and turn this round.
8 rounds gone, 4 more to go. And we're now into the 9th round, the round in which the last time the two of them met in the 9th of February in 2013, the contest was stopped. Martinez has marked up quite badly, a lot of puffing and a lot of swelling around his eyes. Beside me, Liverpoolian Tony Bellew getting quite carried away. He's supposed to be working for 5 Live. He's doing a bit of cheerleading. Well, you can hardly blame him. He'll want this man to win this contest. Martinez tries to cut off Frampton's exit. Frampton in the neutral corner to our left. Martinez hits him round the back of the head. Referee's let him away with that. A little bit of swelling just underneath the right eye of Carl Frampton, the challenger. So Martinez has got to him. Frampton gets him with another good right hand. Just rocked him a little bit. Martinez is not giving this contest up, and he's not giving up his world title without his very best efforts. Frampton just stands still. There's the right and a sweet little short left by Frampton. Nice little combination. Right first, then the left. And another good right hand by Frampton. Caught his man nicely yet again. Nice, crisp, accurate punches. Frampton keeps the guard up high. Moves to his left with his back to us now from our position at ringside. And then he switches to His right hand moves away from Martinez. Martinez tries to tuck up, and Frampton gets him again. Lovely footwork by Frampton. Frampton gets him again with a good right hand. Is it going to be another 9th round stoppage? Well, he'll have to go a little bit if he's going to do it for the second time. Frampton just taking his time into the second half of this 9th round. Now Martinez is not going to go away. He's coming forward. Frampton drops the hands just on the ropes on the far side of the ring from us. Martinez coming forward again. Frampton, hands well, perilously low, but obviously he's not too worried about it. Martinez is not really throwing very much, but watch out for a surprise punch from the defending champion. Frampton just trying to ask him to come forward, trying to pick him off with either hand. Good right hand from Frampton yet again. A long one that just reached right out. Stiff little short jab from the challenger. Got his back to the ropes. Now he tries to get into the center of the ring, which has been dominated by Martinez, who's got the ring craft but hasn't really got the shot, and Frampton gets him again. Couple of good shots from the challenger, left and then right. Frampton, little right hook came round the corner, missed. Last 30 seconds we're coming into. There's Frampton, gets him again with another right hand, but again it's a grazing, glancing blow. Left hand into the ribs by the champion, chasing Frampton down. Frampton just drops that left shoulder and has a good look at Martinez and pops out a couple of shots. If that last round was even, or perhaps even it went the way of Martinez, Frampton has got back on his bike. He took a little left hand, but he landed with a right of his own. Last few seconds, and a good shot once again from Frampton. Another shot with the right hand. Not a concussive punch, not enough to win it, as was the case last time out. Both boxers have improved, and Frampton puts out a straight left hand and lands with the right, and another very good round for Frampton.
Another very good round for Frampton. He's just doing exactly what he has to do. He's moving around. He's boxing. It's not a terribly exciting fight. It hasn't got the same drama as what it has in the previous contest. But Frampton's doing what he has to do, and he's winning each round. He's winning most of the rounds pretty comfortably, and he hasn't been in any real danger himself. And it's not fantastic to watch tonight, but then you can't expect every fight to be an absolute humdinger. But he's winning, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I have to say, I always felt that this was going to be a much more tactical contest, particularly when this is the second time of asking. So Martinez will have realised, having been in with Frampton, albeit for 9 rounds, what the Belfast man has to offer, and likewise, and Martinez, you can't take anything away from him. That loss was a bit of an upset, losing his European title, but he's gone on to win and defend a couple of times a world title, which he's defending here tonight. But I don't think he's going to hang on to it unless he gets to Frampton. Martinez is doing his bit now, and for the first time they're really going toe-to-toe, and they're starting to slug it out a little bit. Big referee Steve Gray says, break it up, gentlemen, and they do. And Martinez gets in quickly. He's quicker with that left hand of his. Frampton does very nicely on the retreat. Nearly walked into a right. Martinez tries the uppercut, and the whole approach to this contest has changed remarkably. They were moving away from each other, and it was all being done at range, and here they are now standing toe-to-toe, and Frampton just leans on and pushes his opponent back, and the referee may have a wee word with him. Yeah, he does. He said, don't trap your opponent's arm under yours. Back they come again. Martinez coming forward. Frampton just misses with the right hand. Martinez is looking fit and looking strong. Frampton goes in with an uppercut, but Martinez is having none of it, and he's battling away now the champion, as you'd expect the champion to do. This is better stuff from Martinez, and Frampton's going to have to be at his best, because Martinez is coming on strong. He's caught Frampton with a couple of good body shots, and Frampton has to respond now. This is a great effort now from Martinez. Has he got one last big push now, Martinez, to hang on to this title, to win this title and to keep his title? He's probably got to stop Frampton. Frampton's starting to bruise up a little bit. Good right hand from the challenger from Belfast. Martinez hanging on. That did hurt him. He's bruised very badly. The little nick is still losing a wee bit of blood around the left eye. He's quite badly bruised underneath the right eye. Frampton just stands square, holds his hands up, invites him to come forward. Martinez does come forward. Frampton has to be very careful. Martinez again looking for one big shot, right hand round the corner. There's a bit of blood in Frampton's face. I'm not sure whether it's his or his opponent's. Just hard to see from here. A very enormous gentleman, one of the judges, is sitting right in front of us, and the monitor picture is not as clear as it might be. Frampton, he's shipping a shot or two now. Martinez looks as if he's got quite a bit left in the tank, and this could be ominous. I still think he'd have to stop Frampton to win this, and Frampton is still hoping to prize this title away from the champion from Spain. Good left hand by Frampton, but he's on the ropes. Martinez starting to come in. Left hand from Frampton was a little bit on the low side. Steve Gray breaks him up, 20 seconds to go, and he said to Martinez, just go into the neutral corner. He's told him not to hold and hit, and not to hit low, and there's a lot of blood now oozing down the left-hand side of the champion's face. And Frampton coming forward. This is starting to turn into a real war. It was a tactical battle up until now, and now it's going to be who is the harder man. And Martinez looks at Frampton and nods and says, I'm the harder man. And Frampton looks back and says, I don't think so, and goes back to his corner. Now, are we going to see, is there going to be a little bit of blood? I think there's a bit of a nick, Dave McAuley, around the right eye of Carl Frampton.
Yeah, there's a slight cut. It's only a slight nick, Jim. It's not in a worrying place. But that's the first round I have given Martinez in quite a while. He was aggressor in that round. He came forward, he did all the pressurizing, and he landed more punches that time. But Carl seemed to take his foot off the pedal a wee bit, and maybe he's trying to get a second win. But that round there definitely went to Martinez, only because he had a slight bit more success this time than what he's had in the previous rounds. But both fighters, they've been fighting very hard this past 10 rounds, so they're getting tired, and it's only inevitable they'll get tired because they've put a lot of work into this past 10 rounds. But they have to dig deep now. But Martinez still needs something short of a miracle to win.
Well, does he believe in miracles? One wonders. This will be a cracking 11th round and a cracking 12th if we have one to follow. Martinez cut, bruised, but showing real champion form in that last round, and I think just like Dave McAuley, he took that one. I still think Frampton is at least 4, possibly 5 rounds ahead. And remember, he had a terrific round when he put his man on the canvas, the 5th round. So they patched up Frampton, they patched up Martinez. Martinez just coming forward. Now they're getting back to the tactical bit. They're a real bit of a bruiser in that last round, and I think Martinez come out the better of the two in that, but not by very much. Frampton leaning in with his left hand, missing with that. Tried the right, missed with that as well. Martinez hands up, coming forward, just moving from side to side. Good head movement from the champion. Frampton a little bit more rigid, popping out that left hand, trying to draw his man in. Right hand missed. Good stiff left from Frampton. Did land. Frampton moves away to the left-hand side of the ring, as we say it. Oh, good left hand by Martinez. Frampton dropped the right hand as if to say, come ahead, and Martinez did come ahead, and he caught Frampton. Frampton comes back with a stiff little left, but needless to say, every time he gets close, the 16,000 strong crowd here in Belfast are screaming the place down. Martinez looking strong, looking like the champion, coming forward, but he needs probably, I still think, to stop Frampton. Frampton goes round the corner with a right hand and lands on that suspect left eye, which is now starting to ooze blood again. A lot of blood. Those white shorts of Carl Frampton really speckled and splattered midway through the penultimate round, the 11th round, to decide whether or not the man from Spain will go home with his world title, or whether the world title is going to come to Belfast. Barry McGuigan still getting quite animated. So much riding in this for boxer and promoter. Referee breaks them up, a minute to go, and then we have 3 more minutes. It's really picked up the pace. It was all very tentative, didn't really have box office appeal, but now it does. Frampton gets caught, moves away, steps inside, lands with a good left hand. Frampton, a good right hand round the corner yet again, and another one. Frampton landing now, and he's got him with a good combination. Left and right, Frampton digs into the ribs. Martinez is in a bit of trouble now. Frampton turns it on. Left hand from the challenger, right over the top, just missed. Martinez is a tough guy. He's taken those good shots, but this is a terrific round from Frampton. That little 20-second spell should have ensured that he's won this round, and unless the wheels come off, the fight Martinez knows that he's got to stop the challenger. 15 seconds to go. Martinez comes forward. Frampton hands up, moves away from him. Moves into his own corner, then keeps moving round to his right, into the neutral corner. Frampton ducks down. Little couple of jabs there, pushes his man on the back foot. That left-hander Frampton has been pretty good with him, an occasional little flash to the left. Martinez comes in, lands with a good red tickler. Frampton puts his hand up. What a good ride from Frampton. He really needed that, and the crowd getting to their feet. There'll be nothing like it until the final bell goes.
Well, it was another good round there for Frampton. Again, it's been the same story more or less the whole way through, apart from 2 or 3 rounds. But all that Frampton has to do now is stay on his feet, and he's going to be crowned the new IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the world. He's boxed very well. He stayed out of trouble. He kept it at long range. He mixed, and then he moved out. He mixed, then he moved out, and he's done very, very, very well. He's done everything that he's being asked of from his corner, and he hasn't get involved in too many brawls. And as I said in the previous round, this young guy Martinez, I can't understand why they come back to Northern Ireland for a second time, but now we know why, because Frampton will be the happiest man on the planet in the next 3 minutes.
Well, respect is the word. Not only do they touch gloves, but there's a little embrace. Professional to professional, mano a mano. So Martinez, is he going to lead this title here in Belfast? I have a feeling the answer to that is going to be yes. He needs to stop Frampton, and he hasn't really looked like hurting Frampton or stopping him. He's forced a little cut, but that's about it. Frampton on my card ahead by 6 rounds. Frampton picks up the pace now. He's got 2.5 minutes to go, and this will reverberate all the way around Northern Ireland. If you're at the back of the Cave Hill, which overlooks Belfast, and a cave somewhere, you'd hear the roar. If Frampton wins this, I think Frampton is going to win this. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Good solid left hand by the good solid Carl Frampton. Gets his man again. Frampton looking confident. He's kept that stone face all the way through, just teasing his man, hoping Martinez has come forward, and Martinez knows that if he comes forward, he might get caught. He must know now that he's not going to win this. Frampton gets him again with a couple of good right hands, and a nice little flurry from Frampton. Now, he stopped him in 9, can he stop him in 12? Frampton is pouring it on. Martinez in a bit of trouble on the ropes. The crowd are on the feet. The McGuigan family are on their feet. The Frampton family are on their feet. The boxing family here in Belfast are on their feet. Steve Gray breaks them up. 1.5 minutes to go. What a great last round by Carl Frampton. Couldn't stop his man, but he gave him a serious battering. Frampton moves away. Martinez comes forward. What a great heart Martinez has shown. Well, what a great bit of skill Frampton has shown all the way through. Only conceded perhaps a couple of rounds, and a couple of rounds I would have scored level. 1 minute and 13 seconds to go. And this is going to be an amazing night for boxing and for sport here in Northern Ireland. 1 minute remaining of this contest. 16,000 people on their feet cheering lustily for their man Carl Frampton. Martinez, who gave it everything, looked as if he might come back, but he's gone now. He's gone now. Frampton just moving backward, can't afford to get careless. Hands down, Frampton tucks up, moves out of the way, moves the body beautifully from the waist and slips inside a wicked-looking left hand from the champion, who has come here to put his title on the line. He's going to go home without his title. He's given his best shot. Left and right combination from Carl Frampton, soon to be the world champion. I can say that unequivocally. Frampton covers up, good right hand into the ribs from Martinez, and Frampton replies himself. Another little flurry from Frampton. He ducks down. Referee says to the soon-to-be former champion, don't push down, and back comes Frampton. Catches him with a nice little combination. Good right hand from Frampton. Into the final 10 seconds. Wait for this. Frampton, a few seconds away. The bell is coming up, and Frampton is going to be crowned the champion of the world. What a finish! Martinez holds the hands up half-heartedly. Shane McGuigan comes in and lifts Carl Frampton onto his shoulders. Jimmy Tibbs beams from ear to ear, and Carl Frampton is going to be crowned the champion of the world. It wasn't a spectacular finish last time out. Kiko Martinez gave it everything, and despite all the shenanigans in the Ulster Hall at the weigh-in, these two men fall upon each other's shoulders. and have a real note of respect for each other. It was a terrific contest. The pace was picked up. I've got to say, Frampton, Dave McAuley boxed a very, very smart contest.
Yep, he did from the first bell, and he didn't get involved in too many brawls. And when he did get involved in the brawl, he controlled that. So look, he boxed very, 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 very well. There's no doubt about that. And this young man's going to go a long way, because he's got power, he's got stamina, he's got heart, you know, he's got boxing ability. If you can see there, he boxed and he can fight, so he has it all in one here. So this is one young guy who's going to go pretty far and is going to be champion for quite a while. Well, good luck to him.
Yeah, Carl Frampton goes over and waves to some of his adoring fans, and for the first time he shows some sign of emotion. He kept that granite face on all the way through, and now he hugs a lot of people who are in the ring, understandably. The IBF supervisor and everybody else is involved, and I'm pretty sure that once Craig Stephen, the ring announcer, calls us all together and they'll announce the winner, they'll announce the scores on the judges' cards. A couple of judges from the United States, from Minnesota and from Wisconsin, Denny Nilsson and Mike Fitzgerald. The third judge from England, from Twickenham, Marcus McDonald. Steve Gray, the referee, who doesn't score, of course, and Martinez, that left high of his, well, looking rather nasty, and that's they did such a good job in that corner. Wow, what a contest, what a night. Do you know something? I didn't even feel a bit of cold, Dave, did you?
You've got a big coat on, I haven't. I'm sitting here freezing.
Come on, Dave, you're used to the cold. You're from Larne, for God's sake. Well, Craig Stephen is going to give us the word. He was the master of ceremonies in the boxing tournament in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Was probably the hardest working man in the entire place, but he has got the microphone, and we're going to get the result. And is it going to be the result that all of Belfast and all of Northern Ireland is waiting for?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our judges' score totals. Referee Steve Gray brings the boxers together, and I'm sure you will agree, a fantastic contest, please, both boxers. So we go to our judges' scorecards, where both judges Mike Fitzgerald and Denny Nelson see this contest 119-108, and Judge Marcus McDonald sees the contest 118-111. All in favour of the winner, and the new
That is what every single boxer dreams about. And the new. And Carl Frampton, in just his 19th professional contest, has become the super bantamweight IBF champion of the world. What a contest. What a night here in the Titanic Quarter. And the unsinkable Carl Frampton has done something quite remarkable. Kiko Martinez gets a huge round of applause. His cornermen lift him up. Frampton has hugged him and given him a real squeeze. But Martinez, brave man that he was, came to Belfast where he'd lost before to put his title on the line. He knew it was going to be tough. Frampton knew it was going to be tough. There were times when Martinez showed real championship form, but all the way through, for my money and Dave McAuley's money, I'm pretty sure Frampton was the boss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the belt has been
great night for Belfast, great night for Ireland. It's just lovely to see. He's such a nice young man, and he deserves all the success that he's going to get, because he's dedicated and he trains his heart out. He's not a drinker, he doesn't mess it. He's just one of these guys. He's a nice guy, and I just wish him all the best for the future, and I'm sure his future is going to be very, very, very rosy.
David, you've been there, having lost twice to Fidel Bassa, and then you went at the Lions Den in London and upset the odds and upset Duke McKenzie. And when they did that, and when the fella said, and the new, what was it like?
Words, there's not a feeling like it in the world. There's nothing you can compare. When somebody raises your hand and says, you're now the new IBF, WBA, WBC, whatever, champion of the world, listen, it's so hard to put it into words, but it's just about the best feeling you can ever get. And there's nothing comes close. Nothing apart maybe from family being, children being born, things like that there. But apart from that there's nothing comes close.
Well, what a night here in Belfast. What an evening. What a fabulous setting, and what a fabulous performance by the man who's coming down to ringside to be interviewed by some of our television colleagues. And what a way to round off this splendid weekend. The Commonwealth Games and the performance of the Northern Ireland boxers, particularly the 2 gold medal winners from Belfast, was just sensational. But Carl Frampton has done something extra special tonight, and he is now the IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the world.
Jim, Dave Boy McAuley, thank you very much indeed. Neil Sinclair has been enjoying this fight ringside with me. Neil, what a night for Carl Frampton, what a night for Belfast, what a night for Northern Ireland sport.
Oh, it's a win-win for everyone involved. You know, Carl can now look forward to making many defences of that IBF title, or looking to unify the title, which he's more than capable of doing. Actually, that's what I hope he does. You know, gets a unification fight with Leo Santa Cruz and Rogondo. You know, they're big fights that hopefully can be made, because you know, give Carl a first defence in the Odyssey or somewhere, and then, you know, enjoy the fruits of his labour.
We certainly don't want to see a defence in the middle of December, in the middle of winter outside.
Well, I won't be here if that's the case. You know, this is bad enough.
But certainly Carl Frampton warmed everybody's hearts here this evening. All 16,000 people who watched a clinical display by the champion, who I have to say we do hope to hear from live here on Radio Ulster very shortly. We'll be staying on until midnight this evening, hoping to hear from the new world champion. But it was a clinical display tonight, wasn't it?
He did. It was very technical early on. Obviously, Carl was working towards a game plan, and then on the championship rounds, from the round 10 onwards, we got a bit of drama. It looked like Kiko, you know, was finally catching up with him, but he didn't come close, to be honest. He never hit Carl flush at any stage. You know, he hit him a couple of glancing blows, but he was always looking for the one big punch, but he was a bit too one-dimensional with it, and Carl just had too much ring smarts for him.
Yeah, great punch by Frampton in round 5 to put the champion on the canvas, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was just to cement the victory. You know, he knocked him down, and it looked like maybe he was going to stop him in the 12th round as well. But, you know, he just had too much for him on the night. But, you know, he boxed, he fought, and we got a bit of drama at the end. But, you know, it wasn't the most exciting fight I've ever watched. But I think that the main object is just to get the belt, just to get, as Dave Boy says, on the new, you know. That I would love to have heard that myself in my own career, but I never did. But well done to Carl. I'm so delighted for him.
Yeah. And, I mean, it wasn't about the performance tonight, Neil, was it? It was about the win. It was about the occasion. It was about becoming world champion.
Oh, I mean, everyone's going home. We'll all be sent home happy. Everyone got their money's worth. Everyone enjoyed it. And the atmosphere was great. It was just about getting the win at the end of the day. Even if, you know, knowing Carl would probably be critical of his own performance, but I thought he boxed very well within himself. But I know there's much more to come, and you know, when he gets, now that he's champion, he'll improve, and he'll have that confidence and swaggers of a champion, and he'll improve, and he can look forward to a couple of good knockouts, I reckon.
Yeah, what an ambassador for Northern Ireland. And what about these absolutely fantastic images that have been broadcast all around the world tonight? I know Las Vegas is the home of boxing, but tonight Northern Ireland is the boxing capital of the world, isn't it?
It is just behind Madison Square Garden. But I think it's between the Titanic and Madison Square Garden, yeah, tonight. And like you say, I don't think there'll be another one, you know, anytime soon outside, but we'll move it back indoors.
I mean, let Carl Frampton enjoy this world title, but we always want to look ahead. What does this victory open up for Carl Frampton? What kind of lucrative fights can he hope to get now?
Well, like I say, I'm sure the Americans will want a piece of him. I'm sure they'll want to take him over there at some stage and get him a fight. And ultimately, the big ones is the unification matches, as I mentioned earlier. Santa Cruz, the WBC champion. I don't think they really want any part of Regondo at the minute, which is unfortunate for Regondo. He's just too good for his own good.
Yeah, he's a double Olympic champion.
He's a double Olympic champion, and WBA, WBC champion, Ring Magazine belt holder. He's just a wee bit too born for professional boxing, but Frank Warren now has signed him to a stable, and hopefully now he'll get some big fights too.
We'll hear from Carl Frampton's manager Barry McGuigan hopefully shortly about what lies ahead. We believe the next fight perhaps might have to be a voluntary defence against the Mexican Chris Avalos within 90 days. That's the kind of fight you would like to see if that's the one that happens here in Belfast.
Yes,
You'd like to see a defence
yes.
here.
I mean that's 3 months. So within 3 months, Carl could take a short holiday, get back in the gym, and you know, he'll have shown no ill effects from that. He didn't take any punishment, hardly any. He's marked up a wee bit, but nothing major. So he'll be ready for that fight within 90 days easily. And you know, hopefully down the road too, there's Scott Quigg. He's waiting. I think, you know, that'd be another unification match. He's the WBA champion as well. That's a big fight, Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton, and I fancy Carl Frampton in that fight, but that'll be a good fight.
It's a great story all round, isn't it? Almost, what was it, 30 years ago, Barry McGuigan winning his world title outside, and now his protege has done it at home in the capital of Northern Ireland.
I know it would be hard to top that night on Loftus Road in 1985, but Carl's done a brave good job of trying anyway, and you know, that was an iconic moment in boxing for Northern Ireland's boxing history, and this is also, and Carl's just going to go on and write his own legacy, really.
Now, have you ever seen him so focused? He looked absolutely in the zone tonight, didn't he?
He was in the zone, and he was. I got the feeling early on and midway that it only took one mistake from either boxer, and they'd be on the canvas. You know, that's just. I mean, Kiko was looking for the big shot all the time, and he was just missing. But it just took one mistake from Carl, and he could have been caught, but he was because he was focused, that didn't happen, and he was making a miss, and he maybe started to enjoy himself later on.
What do you think, Neil, this does for boxing in Northern Ireland? Another big world champion like this.
It just gives it a big boost. We haven't had a major world champion since Wayne McAuley. And ironically, they're the same weight, super bantamweight, and what a great fight that would have been back in the between.
That would have been a cracker,
that would have been a dream match. You know, you can't compare fighters from different eras, but that would have been a great fight, and which we'll never know who would have won. But
Carl Frampton is very much the man of the moment. I mean, he has jam-packed so many people in here tonight into this auditorium, and I mean, things can only now get even better for him.
It can, and he's been carrying the flag for boxing here for a while now, and all the boxers from the various stables.
Okay, I'll just interrupt you there, Neil, because of course we are absolutely dying to hear from the man himself, the new world champion, Carl Frampton.
Carl Frampton, how does it feel to be the world champion?
It feels unbelievable. I just said a minute ago, 20 years in the making. I don't know, I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow to sink in. Look, I have a sore head and stuff, I can't really think straight. But brilliant, brilliant.
What goes through your head when you hear those magical words, and the new?
Look, it's amazing, honestly. It's what I've wanted to do my whole life. I'm getting a bit teary-eyed here. It's unbelievable.
Tell me about the man beside you, Barry McGuigan, a man who a long time ago said that you would become a world champion. He saw that potential in you. What would you like to say to him in a moment like this?
2 fights into my career, Barry was saying this kid can be a world champion, and people laughed at him. Barry's got a reputation, and he knows what he sees. And look, I thank Barry from the bottom of my heart. He's really looked after me, his whole family. This man here, best coach in the country. People are going to be knocking his door down to train with him. So many people to thank. It's unbelievable.
Talk us through the fight.
It was hard. I was trying to outbox him. I stood a bit more this time. I tried to use angles. I thought my jab worked quite well. He was trying to counter over the top of my jab. I hurt my left hand halfway through the fight, but he's a hard puncher. I don't respect the fighter. You know, he's the most respected fighter I've ever been with. What a fighter. What a fighter.
Barry, how impressed were you with Carl's patience at times, particularly early on?
He was so calm. He was so composed. He was so confident. He put his shots together. He boxed magnificently. He punched hard. He had him down. He had him out 2 or 3 times. Just couldn't finish him. He's very hard to hit, Kiko. He offers you his face is almost parallel with the floor, so you're always banging around his forehead. You can't actually hit him on the chin. The one time he did hit him on the chin, he went down. And he badly hurt him 2 or 3 more times, but what a courageous fighter. I'm telling you, that guy would give anybody in the world, featherweight, super bantamweight, incredible fighter, and we've got so much admiration for him, but he took an enormous beating. His face was a mess afterwards.
Carl used the left jab and particularly the right hand very effectively.
You know, his jab, his hooks, his uppercuts, he stood on the inside, he fought on the outside, he moved around the ring brilliantly. His footwork was majestic the whole way through. He was superb. This kid is going to be a superstar. I kept telling everybody that. Now they're beginning to see just how good he is.
I think 16,000 people would say he's already a huge superstar. What was it like to have your family in the ring after the announcement?
Look, it was amazing. It was amazing. They've been with me from the start, an amateur, completely skint, no money, putting their hand in their pocket, all of them to help me out. And they believed what I believed, that I could be a world champion. And you know, I'm going to repay them. I'm going to get the very top, repay everyone that's ever looked after me.
What next now? Sorry, Barry, you want to make a point?
He's always done. He's one of the most generous kids. Not just generous in money, and he's kind to everybody. He's generous in spirit and everything else. He's getting a bit emotional now, but I mean, what a performance tonight. What a performance. That's one of the best fights I've ever seen. Incredible.
There's a tear in your eye, Carl. This means so much to you, but can you appreciate it, what it means to the 16,000 fans who were here, who cheered you on, people coming from every single background, from different sports? I mean, this was the hottest ticket in town.
I wish I'd have been sitting in the crowd watching someone else having this fight.
Well, nobody else wanted to be in the ring.
I know. Look, I had so much support from the public, from local heroes. Rory McIlroy, Big Ferris walked me into the ring. Mikhail Kessler, Joe Calzaghe, all these guys tweet me. Look, I'm delighted, but I have to thank us, not just the Belfast public, because they're the people from the city and I love them, but people came from all over the UK and Ireland to watch us, all over the world. Thank every one of them.
And just a final word from you, Barry. We've been very, very privileged to bring this fight on BBC Radio Ulster. What next for Carl Frampton?
Well, we're going to sit. That was a tremendously hard fight. I want to give him time to recover. I think he's broken his left hand. He may have just staved it. We'll have to have a look at that. But he's quite bruised up, and you know, after a fight like that, we need a bit of time. So we're going to sit down and have a look at our options. But so many great opportunities out there for us.
Barry McGuigan, Carl Frampton, thank you very much, Stephen.
Well, Neil Sinclair, we can hear what it means to Carl Frampton and to his manager Barry McGuigan. Why has this young man seemed to unite everyone here in Northern Ireland? What makes him so special?
Just his personality. You know, I've met him a few times myself, and it's easy to see why that he's captured the public's imagination, as Barry McGuigan did 30 years before him. He's clean cut, he looks well, speaks well. You know, it's time for everyone. And I don't think the likes of that will go to his head. He'll keep his feet firmly on the ground, and his fan base will get even bigger.
As you say, Barry said he's been through the wars, broken hand this evening. He'll take a bit of time off and reflect on this absolutely fantastic achievement, and then hopefully be back to defend this title in Belfast.
Yeah, it's deceiving. They were talking about 90 days, but maybe with his hand being sore and stuff, that could be extended, and he'll be when he's ready, he'll fight. He'll be fit and ready for his first offence, and you know, he'll pack out anywhere here.
Okay, Neil, thank you very much indeed. It has been a very memorable night at the Titanic Quarter in Belfast. We hope you've enjoyed listening to this boxing special. Carl Frampton from Tigers Bay in Belfast is the new world champion. Time for the news.